alive, and we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully get us a little bit more flexible and mobile at the same time. I think Melissa just said hello. Hello, Melissa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into some warm up. I'm gonna scoot some stuff so the dog doesn't go finding and exploring too much. All right. We're going to get started with some warm up. We're going to do some hip cars. If you're regular on the show, you know exactly what's coming up. If you are new to the show, we start by lifting the knee up as high as we can. Then we open up that leg to the side, rotate, 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 open it up. See if you can lift this knee a little bit higher. Ooh. If your muscles are feeling crazy right now, that's okay. It's part of the process. Next, we're rotating the leg so that the knee starts pointing forward, all right? And we're lifting the ankle up. If you can, keep on working at it and keep on lifting that ankle up. Oh, your hamstrings at some point might get a little crampy. That's okay. You can relax them a little bit and bring them down and back behind you. All right. When you're facing forward, it's going to look like this. When you're looking at me from the side, if I could get my balance back, it's going to look like this. We're flexing the hamstrings, we're flexing the glutes, we're feeling the stretch right here in the hip flexors. That's 1 rep. I know I spun around a whole bunch. It's a little confusing. Don't worry. We're going to do this 10 times. I'm going to face you. Stay consistent at one angle. And we're going to do these together. All right? Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 2. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 3. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 4. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 5. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 6. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 7. Whew. If you're off balance, feel free to hold on to something. Grab onto the wall. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Oh, man. The standing leg is what's tired for me because the muscles are working to keep you balanced. So all these little tiny muscles in your feet should be working real hard. If you're tired, take a breath, chill, relax. If you have foam underneath you, that could be part of the reason why you're a little bit more tired than usual. I am freshly, I think it was the last 2 episodes, started using foam. So my ankles are getting a little tired right away. All right, let's continue. Other side. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 2. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I don't know what's going on today, but the dog seems to have discovered the 5-pound dumbbells and is just sniffing at them extraordinarily loudly and knocking them around. This has never happened before, and not sure what's going on today, but that's 6. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 7. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Those are some hip cars. Going forward, let's get ready to go them in reverse. When we do them in reverse, we're bringing the leg down and back. We're flexing the hamstrings. We're flexing the glutes. We're feeling the stretch right here. We're going to lift that leg to the side. We're going to rotate, bring the knee down. We're going to rotate, bring the ankle down. We're going to bring the whole leg to the front. All right, that's 1. We're going to do 10 of those. Let's go. Stand up nice and straight. Keep that core nice and tight and strong. And bring that leg down and back. Lift to the side like you're going to kick somebody. Rotate, bring the knee down, lift the ankle up. Rotate, bring the knee up, bring the ankle down and forward. If you want, you can go a little bit past. Ooh. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 2. Back. I'm going to try not to kick my dog in the face. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. So exploratory today. I don't know what's going on. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 4. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 5. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 6. Keep going. We're almost done. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 7. Keep going. Back. Side. ankle, ankle, knee, that's 8, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 9, last one, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 10. Oh, whew, those are 10 hip curls. Take a quick breather. Shake out both legs. Let them relax a little bit. Flop around. Do a little wiggle. And let's get ready to finish up these hip curls with this fourth and final one in the right leg. Might not be your right leg. This might be mirrored for you. So if you're just copying me, this might be your left leg. But for me, in real life, this is my right leg. All right, let's go. Inhale. Stay strong. Keep the core tight. And let's begin back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's one. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's two. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's three. Keep going back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's four. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's five. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's six. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's seven. Three more. Back. Side. Really lift. Really work on that rotation. Flex those muscles. That's eight. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. I think that's nine. Last one. Let's go back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 10. Whoo! Ah, those are 10 hip curls going forward, going back on both legs. We're done with our first warm-up exercise. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 2. It's called the elephant walk. What I want you to do is fold at the hips. Bring your belly button down towards the ground. When you get stuck, just chill, breathe, relax for a little bit. And if your back is a little tense right now, let it relax. Chill. Give it a couple seconds. All right? From here, we're going to add some movement. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. We're going to keep on trying to fold the belly button down towards the ground. All right? And we're going to switch back and forth. So it's going to look like this. Boom. And boom. And boom. You can experiment with how wide your legs are. It might be a little bit more comfortable to go a little bit wider. That is up to you. All right? Keep going. There is no exact number that we're aiming for, and that is because I'm going to tell you about the show, and when I'm done talking about the show, we're going to be done too, all right? This is a 45 to 60-minute long side splits and hip mobility workout. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which means we started probably about 10 minutes ago, and we do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering we're putting ourselves through, that we will continue putting ourselves through, a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. All right. So if you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, you like the idea, there's a whole bunch of weirdos on the internet practicing consistency together, then make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and set an alarm. Come back. We're at 9 p.m. every day. All right. Let's go. We are almost done with these elephant walks. Hopefully your hamstrings are a little bit more loose and you're able to fold a little further. Bring that belly button down and down and down and down some more. Ooh. And five more. 5, 4. Keep switching. 3. Keep switching. 2 and 1 and done. Pop into a squat. Come back up into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. We're going to move on into number 3. Shake out your legs real quick. Oh, shake out your whole body if you want. And let's get into thoracic rotation. All right. Thoracic rotation is about basically this chunk of your spine, below your neck, about around to your belly button. All right. It's designed to move pretty well, bending from side to side, slouching over, back, bend, all that stuff. But most of us, we're not doing very much with it. So let's spend some time on thoracic rotation. What I want you to do is get back into the position we were just in, where one leg is bent, one leg is straight, and we're folding our belly buttons down. All right. Next, I want you to take your hand from the bent leg side. I want you to reach across to the straight leg. I want you to push off that shin bone, off that leg, and rotate. Stick your other arm straight up into the air. Rotate your neck. Look at that hand. Inhale. Exhale and reach. Reach over your shoulder. Reach, 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 reach. And whew, come on back. That's half a rep. Let's do the other side. Bent leg, straight leg. Fold. Bent arm, straight leg. reach, inhale, exhale, and reach some more. That is 1 rep. We're gonna do 5 of these in total. We got 4 more. Let's go. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Inhale, exhale, reach. That's 2. Other side. Remember, we're sticking the hand up into the air. We're rotating the neck to look at that hand. Inhale, exhale, and reach. That's 2. Take it nice and slow. I talk fast. That does not mean you have to move fast. All right. Other side. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. That's 3. Other side. 3. Keep going. Let's go for number 4. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. Whew. One more on this side to finish off 4. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. When I say exhale, I really mean it. I want you to let a ton of air out of your chest. Be loud, be obnoxious. It's okay. When you let that air out, your chest will get all crinkly, bendable, flexible. There's less pressure, and that will help you rotate. All right. Last one. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale and reach. That's 5. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. Woo. Those are some thoracic rotation. We're going to move on into our 4th and final warm-up exercise. It is called the Cossack switch. What I want you to do looks a little bit like this. Open up your legs. We're going to slowly drop on down into a squat looking thing on one side and an extended leg on the other. If you're new to the live, you might want to stop right here. If you're a little bit more experienced, you've been doing this for a while, try to go a little deeper, 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 until you can hit the deepest spot that you can hit. All right. What we want to do once we're here in our lowest position, you might be here, we might be here, some people might be down here. We're going to scoot our butts that way. All right. If you're close enough to the ground and put your hands down, feel free to use your hands for a little bit of support to bring you to the other side. If you're a little bit higher up, you might need a little hand support to help get you over. All right. If you're a lot higher up, you might find you don't need any support at all, and you can just scoot on over. Wherever you're at, get your butt to the other side and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little deeper into that stretch and come on back. That is 1 rep. We're doing 10 of these. Going to the left, coming back to the right. Take your time, do the version that works for you. And if you want, towards the end, you can challenge yourself with a different version. All right, let's go. Keep on going. Across. Breathe. Sit into it. Come on back. And breathe. Sit into it. That's 2, I think. Come on back. And come on back. That's 3. If you feel like you're strong enough to do this without using your hands, feel free to continue without your hands. This is optional. You don't have to. That's 4. Keep going. Across and back. That's 5. If you feel like you're strong enough to add a little bit more difficulty, see if you can sit up a little bit straighter. Right? Imagine your head growing into the ceiling and continue. Stick your hands out in front of you to help counterbalance because you're not leaning as far forward as before. That's 6. Keep going. Across, sink into it, and back, sink into it. That's 7. At this point, if your knees are feeling a little bit of pressure, feeling a little bit achy from this movement from side to side, come on up a little bit. All right, and then slide and come on down. Up, slide, and down. That's 8. Again, up, across, down. This coming up is relative to you. All right. My up might still be low for you, but we're just looking for a slightly easier variation for you and for where you're at. I think this is 10. So this concludes our Cossack switches, Cossack sliding things. All right. We've wrapped up our 4 warm-up exercises. It's time to move on into the meat of our show. If that sentence scares you because you're like, wait, that's the warm-up? What? Don't worry about it. This is a 45 to 60 minute long side splits and hip mobility show. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and to make the suffering that we put ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining. So, if you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, if you like the idea of consistency, make sure to keep coming back. Make sure to hit follow. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to put a calendar invite into your calendar. Make sure to put an alarm on your phone. And I'll see you guys again at 9 p.m. tomorrow. But for now, we got another like 40 minutes of show left. So let's get into our first stretch. We are doing a hamstring stretch. I want you to go grab a little bit of padding for your knee. All right. I have some gym flooring on top of my gym flooring. You don't need anything fancy. If you have a cushion from the couch, you got a decorative pillow from the couch, you have some old dirty laundry you can just roll up, stick under your knee, you're good to go. Flip flops, old sneakers, a little bit of foam in anything will be perfect. All right. What I want you to do is kneel down on your cushion. I want you to flex your glutes. I want you to flex your abs. I want you to stand up nice and straight so that your knees up to your hips up to your shoulders up to your head are in a nice straight line. From here, we're going to extend one leg out in front, directly in front, all right, without losing this nice straight line. From here, we're going to fold. We're going to bring our belly buttons down to the thigh, and that's how we're going to get into our hamstring stretch. It's going to look like this. Whee! Ugh. As you fold, as soon as it gets stuck, don't worry about where you get stuck. Just inhale and relax. Ready? Inhale. Relax. Let yourself drop deeper into that stretch a little bit. And one more. Inhale. Relax. Once you've chilled out a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is bring this knee up into a bent position. Bring your chest down to try and touch it as much as you can. And then keep your chest in the same spot while you slide your leg back and straighten it back out. Woo. Feel that stretch? That's what we want. Keep going. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten it out. That's 2. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten it out. That's 3. Keep going. Knee. Chest. Straighten. Knee. Chest. Straighten. Again, last one. 5. Knee. Chest. Straighten. Woo! Once you're feeling that stretch, but you feel like you've gotten a little bit deeper all at the same time, we're going to fold a little bit more. We're going to eke out a little bit more out of our stretch, all right? We're going to do something called the inhale, exhale, fold. What we're going to do is take a big breath into our lungs. We're going to slowly exhale that air out, and then we're going to fold our belly buttons at the same time as we're exhaling, all right? We're going to fold it down to the thigh, fold it down to the floor, whatever you want to imagine you're folding it to, all right? Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, fold, fold. Woo! Oh man, inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. One more inhale. Relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Let's go for a third. Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop some more. And let's add that movement back in. Ready? Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. 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 What we are practicing right now is the ability to fold. You know what touching your belly button and your chest to the knee kind of feels like, or as close to it as you can get. And what we're basically doing is holding that position and straightening out the leg, right? Let's go. It's time to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, fold. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 fold. Woo. Oh man, that is intense. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. One more. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. One more. Third one. Inhale. Relax. Knee bend, chest down, straighten it out. Optional. All right. Do whatever you got to do. See if you can get a little bit more comfortable. And once you're done, about 5, we're going to start our 30-second countdown. All right. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. If you're new to the show, just focus on relaxing and chilling. Take your fingers, stab them into your muscles, massage your hamstrings to distract your brain from how uncomfortable the stretch feels. If you're a regular on the show, try your best to lift this leg up into your chest. Lift the leg up, bring the belly button down, compress, compress, compress. Try not to cramp, but get close to it. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax. That is one hamstring stretch. We got to do the other side. Slowly bring that leg back in. Pull that leg underneath you. Flex your glutes real hard. Clench those abs. Oh, and straighten out. Okay? When you spend a whole bunch of time rounded, your low back is probably going to be a little rounded. Your glutes are probably all stretched out. You got to counter that with some force. All right, next, we're going to bring the other leg out in front of us. We're going to get ready to fold. Same thing as before. Let's go. Fold, 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 fold. Whee! As soon as you get stuck, inhale, relax. Inhale. Let your body flop over that leg. Again, inhale. Relax. Woo. That's two. Let's do a third. Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop into that leg. And let's add some movement. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten it out. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten out. That's 2. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 3. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 4. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 5. It's time for us to get a little deeper. Y'all ready? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 fold. Woo. Feel that stretch in your glutes. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Again, inhale, relax. One more inhale, relax. Woo. That's 3. Let's bend the knee. Chest down, straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 2. Keep on going. 3 and 4 and 5. It's time to fold a little bit deeper. This is the last one, I promise. Let's go. Inhale, exhale, and fold, fold, fold. All right, inhale, relax. One more, inhale, relax. Third one, inhale, relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Knee bend, straighten it out. Knee bend, chest down, straighten it out. That's 1 and 2 and 3. Remember, these do not have to be explosive. These don't have to be fast. Just focus on practicing that folding sensation. Bring your belly button, bring your chest down to that leg. Once you're done, 5, it's time to chill. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27. Try your best to relax. If your hamstrings are feeling a little crazy right now, stick your fingers into the massage, poke, prod, distract your brain. If you're a regular, try your best. Imagine you're lifting that leg up into your chest. Imagine you're pulling it all the way up. Let's go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is a hamstring stretch. Whew. Breathe, chill, come on out of it if you need to. Flex the glutes, flex the abs, get nice and strong for a second. Wake up those muscles that got all stretched out, and let's continue by bringing our butts and our backs to the wall. If you are somewhere where you can't use the wall, feel free to use something that is sturdy, that is relatively straight, that you can lean into and lean against. All right. The reason why we're doing this is because It's going to help us really focus on our butterfly stretch. That is stretch number 2. What I want you to do is bring your feet together, pull your feet in towards your groin, and I want you to try your best to bring your knees down into the ground. All right, we're trying to stretch out these muscles in the inner thigh, and the way to do that is bring the knees down into the ground. I want you to get stronger. I want you to have more control. So I want you to use your glutes. I want you to use your outer thighs. I want you to pull your legs down. If you're new to this show and you're like, what are those? I have no idea what you're talking about. Feel free to focus on just two things. One, you're feeling a bigger, more intense stretch here in the groin. Two, your knees maybe kind of casually just move down towards the ground a tiny little bit. If you're moving in the right direction, that's all that matters. We're ready to move on to step 3. All right. What I want you to do is take your hands, apply a little bit of pressure just inside of your knee. And I want you to try your best to apply that pressure straight down. When you do this, make sure there's no sharp, painful sensation. If it's a stretching sensation, you're good. All right. We're going to hold it for 30 seconds. Keep on applying pressure. When you exhale, push a little harder and see if you can get a lot deeper. Ready? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Push a little deeper. 19, 18, 17. If you're a regular, flex those glutes, flex them hard. Pull your legs down a little bit with your muscle power in conjunction with your hands pushing down. 13, 12, 11, 10. Keep going. 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep pushing. 5, 4. As long as it's not a sharp, crazy pain, you're good. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax. Whew. When you relax, your legs, your knees at least will probably pop up. Your wrists will probably be a little bit tired, a little stiff. You can give them a nice shake. You can shake out the legs as well. Flap the wings of this butterfly. And when your legs are feeling a little bit better, we're ready to move on into our third stretch. We're going to move on into some standing pancakes. All right? Come on up into standing. And I want you to open up your legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy, just decently wide. If you are feeling a pinching sensation here in the hips, you've gone too far. Bring your legs back in just a little bit. Do a little hip circle. See if there is still pain. If you're feeling a lot of discomfort, please bring your legs in a little bit closer. If you're not feeling discomfort, you're ready to fold. Bring this belly button down towards the ground. Whee! Ugh. As soon as you kind of get stuck folding forward, we're ready to begin. The goal of the standing pancake is to fold your upper body in between your legs, something that looks a little bit like this. It is really crazy, really intense, really hard. So we do the standing version because when you're folded like this, gravity is able to help you pull yourself down into the ground, and that's what we want. To make this a more intense stretch, you can extend your arms out past your head. You can hold something in your hands while you extend your arms past your head. And you can also do another thing. You can make your inner thighs work a little bit harder by pushing your legs out a little further. Both are optional. You can go as hard as you want. You don't have to push yourself if you don't feel like it. All right? That's it. That's the whole thing. Bring your belly button down towards the ground. You can keep your hands low for a second as you find your way a little lower to the ground, whether that's just folding forward or also opening up your legs a little bit wider. Keep on coming down. Get ready to go. Extend those arms. If you're using that 30 seconds, let's do it. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that is our pancake. That was intense. At some point, I started slipping really far back and I fell into a seated pancake. But basically, that's what happens when you get super deep. All right? Walk your hands forward a little bit. Whew. Try your best to pull your legs in underneath you. Wiggle your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels in until your feet are underneath you. Walk your hands up from that stretch, and that is our pancake. Whew! You're gonna feel in two places. One, hamstrings, because anytime you fold forward, doesn't matter if your legs are together and you're just trying to touch your toes, or if your legs are super ultra ridiculously wide, as long as you're folding forward, your hamstrings are kicking in and letting you know. The other place you should have felt it is in your inner thighs, and the further out you had your legs, the crazier the strain on your legs would have been. So, if you're feeling those two places, that's totally normal. Let's move on into stretch number 4. We're going to do either the pigeon or the figure 4 stretch. If you're regular on the show, just jump right into whichever one you prefer. If you're a newbie, you're here for the first time, I'm pretty sure we're doing pigeon because we did figure 4 last night. Both stretches have the same fundamentals. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to the other side, making this thing that kind of looks like the number 4. We're grabbing the ankle, we're bringing it up towards the belly button. We're bringing the belly button down towards the ankle by folding forward until we get into this kind of looking position. All right. You're going to feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. That's a glute muscle. You're going to feel a stretch here in the hamstrings because your leg is rotated. Your hamstrings are underneath, but when you rotate, they come kind of like on the inside, right? From here, you might also feel a little bit of pressure, a little tension here, where you're actually doing the folding. And I think that's all the information you need to get started. So take that leg, bring it across, and make that position on the ground. All right. So this leg is across you. I want you to take a look at your knee. I want you to take a look at your ankle. I want you to find a midpoint, roughly here-ish, right? And I want you to take a look at your body. You can't see yourself, but you can see that my hands are kind of in between my eyes and my belly button are basically along this straight line, right? I want you to find that middle line for yourself. And I want you to take that middle line and try to fold on top of that midpoint between your knee and your ankle. Like this. That is your pigeon stretch. That folding forward is going to stretch out that glute muscle we were talking about earlier. All right. We got some other options to make it a little bit more difficult. This leg over here, it can be doing anything you want, especially if you're brand new. If you want, you can have it bent off to the side, and you can work on the pigeon stretch. Cool? You can, however, also do it like this. Extend that leg really far back behind you. If you've done some yoga, you've probably seen this position, and you probably, if you're struggling with it, are going to feel some pressure here in the stretch happening here in the hip flexor. You're going to feel some pressure on the knee because that's the first part of your body that's actually touching the ground. And when you're tight, it's going to pull your knee into the ground real hard and it might hurt. So to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you got a couple options. One of them is see if you can flex your foot. If you flex your foot a little bit, your knee won't be smashing to the ground. That might be just the difference you need to get a little more time in that stretch. You can also stop trying to stand up so straight and just focus on folding forward because that's what the stretch is about. When you fold forward, your body's a little straighter. There's going to be less stress on the hip flexor muscles. All right. However, there is another tip. If you elevate the front leg, you're going to make a whole bunch of space for your hips. Unless you're crazy demonically flexible already, in which case you wouldn't probably be on this show, your hips are going to come up. When your hips are up, you're going to have way more room for your leg to come underneath you for all of this extra space. So you can use a coffee table, you can use a couch, you can use a stool like this, you can use your bed to help elevate that front leg. Whatever the case, get into a good position to fold and let's begin. Leg is across. We're hitting those two midpoints. We're bringing the leg back behind us if you're ready for it, if you want to. And let's go. I want you to sink into the floor. Bring that belly button down, 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 down. Your hips are low, and then you fold. All right? You don't just put your face into the floor and have your hips up real high like you're bowing. It's not that. Hips low, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, let out all the tension. Sink into the floor. Ah, you are made of jello. Let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26. Keep breathing. Nice and deep. Exhale. Let out all the air. Relax. Sink deeper into your stretch. Feel it in your glutes. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. If the stretch suddenly felt like it got way easier for some reason, try to bring your ankle closer to your face. That's going to make your hamstrings suddenly feel crazy. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is pigeon number 1. We're going to bring that leg over to the other side. We're going to be done with pigeon number 2 soon enough. Extend the leg back or to wherever you want to. Get ready to go. Fold that midline down to the midpoint between your knee and your ankle and sink into the floor. Breathe. You are jello. You're melting into the floor. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our pigeon stretch. That is 4 of our 5 stretches. If you've never been here on the live before, we're doing 5 total stretches, but the 5th and final stretch are side splits, and we're doing 3 rounds of them. So we got quite a bit left. All right. Don't worry if you've never done any before. We're going to break it down into little pieces. We're going to talk about form, and we're going to help you get a little bit deeper today. And hopefully, if you practice some consistency by coming back every single day, because we are live every single day, we can make a little bit of progress together. All right. And kind of already mentioned this, but we do this live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started about 38 minutes ago. We do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering that we're putting ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with, because you're not doing it alone. All right. If you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, if you like consistency, make sure to hit follow, subscribe, and keep coming back. Let's move on to some side splits. Before we jump into the stretchy stuff, I need you to grab some tools. All right. The main thing I want you to grab is a stool, something relatively low-ish to the ground, something that can hold your weight, something that is light enough for you to move around. All right. You can use a coffee table if it's small and light enough for you to move easily. You can use a chair if it's small and light enough for you to use. It can also be some push-up handles. It could be some parallel bars. You can use any number of things that are able to support you. Even a stack of old textbooks that you should have really sold 15 years ago. All right, let's go. We're gonna get into our side splits. Have your hand support kind of close, kind of in front of you, just not in your way. All right, from here, we're ready to begin. Stick your butt up against the wall. Touch it, and then take a tiny little baby step, itty bitty 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 baby step in front of the wall. All right. From here, I want you to open up your legs a little bit wider, and it doesn't have to be crazy wide. Just opening a little bit wider. I want you to try and reach down towards your hand support. All right. Once you're in this position, I want you to see if you can drop down a little bit deeper. Open up your legs a little bit wider. All right. If you're on a chair and your elbows are on that chair like this, you can absolutely just continue like this. All right. Once you're here, I want you to make sure that your butt is touching the wall. I want you to make sure that your feet are in a nice stable situation. Your hands are on the support, taking some of the burden off your legs and putting it into your arms, into your shoulders. All right. When you are feeling strong, when you're feeling like you're in control, when you're comfortable, it's going to be much easier for your muscles to relax, much easier for you to drop a little bit deeper into your stretch. All right. The wall is there to support you, to keep you from falling. The hands are on this thing to support you, to keep you in control, and your legs, they're getting stretched, but they're also in control too. All right. From here, I want you to make sure your hips don't hurt later. So what I want you to do is rotate your legs. I want you to, boom, rotate your legs so that the heel is down, the toe is up, and the knee is pointing up. All right. I want you to do the same on the other side. Heel down, toes up, knees pointing up. When you are here, you're already in a side split. You might be really high in your side split, but you're in a side split. All right. Put your hands back on your hand support. Let your butt slide along the wall. See how deep you can let your legs go. All right. You don't have to push it. You don't have to shove yourself down into the ground. We just want you to slowly relax into whatever position you can get into. All right. Especially if you're brand new to this, you might not go very deep, and that is okay. As long as you are finding that you're in a comfortable spot, you feel like you're in control, you're feeling safe, we're going to try to breathe. We're going to try and take a big breath in. We're going to slowly exhale a ton of air, and we're going to see if we can relax our muscles and drop a little bit deeper. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Exhale, relax. If you slid a little bit, great. If you didn't, fine. No worries. Keep on going. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. So you can get a little bit deeper. Pull your stool, pull your hand support in towards you a little bit. Make sure you're still comfortable. Make sure you're feeling like you're in a secure position, especially if you just got a little deeper and your feet shifted position. Make sure you're still feeling comfortable. You're still feeling good. All right. One more. Inhale, relax. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. These are all optional at this point. All right. If you're ready to see if you can get a little bit deeper, do a little tiny lean to the right, a little tiny lean to the left. It's just a little wiggle, a little lean to the right, a little lean to the left. If you cannot go any further, we're ready to begin. Right now, your toes should be pointing up, your knees should be pointing up, your heels are down, your butt is resting against the wall, your palms are on your hand support, your palms are right next to your thighs. And we're going to count down 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. If it feels a little too crazy for you, put more weight into your hands. Push yourself up out of your stretch a little bit. All right. If you otherwise feel fine, keep going. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Put that stool aside, walk your hands forward, bring your knees underneath you, and come on out of that stretch. It might be a little bit more difficult if you have a chair. It might be a little bit more difficult with a coffee table. Just try your best. Slide it out of the way. Get your hands on the ground so you can bring your legs in behind you. All right? Take your time. Chill. Catch your breath. That was our first side split. All right? I try to emphasize this a lot during our first round, but we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel stable. We want you to feel supported so that you're comfortable enough to let your muscles relax. If you feel like you're about to slip, if you feel like you're about to fall, if you feel like you're in danger, your muscles are going to stay tense. They're not going to relax. They're not going to let you get into a deeper side split. All right. What we want is relaxation, and we need to do all the things possible to help that happen, including not holding your breath, including breathing. All right. Don't hyperventilate, but breathe. All right. That's enough chit chat. Let's get up into standing and let's shake out our legs. I want you to shake out your ankles. Start nice and slow. Give them a little flap, little flop. Shake back and forth, shake side to side. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be fast. Just give them a light, gentle wiggle. All right. Once you've done a couple of those, and that feels okay, you can pick up the intensity. You can shake a little harder. Flop a little bit more back and forth. Flop a little bit more side to side. Keep on shaking it and keep on taking the intensity up a little bit more. Shake a little harder. Flop a little wider. Keep on shaking out that leg and relax. Put that foot down. Take a couple of steps on that side, see if that leg feels a little bit better, and let's continue on the other side. Shake, 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 shakety, shake, shake, shake. Start nice and gentle. Pick up the intensity as you find it comfortable. The goal of the ankle shake is to double check that your muscles are relaxed, right? If your ankles are moving super fast in all these crazy directions, faster than you could even flex those muscles to make your foot move in that direction, chances are your muscles are super relaxed, right? Or at least the muscles related to that movement is super relaxed. So that's what we want. Just a gentle shake. If you start shaking way too hard, way too crazy, your joints might not be able to handle it if you've never done it before. All right. So take up the difficulty, take up the intensity slowly until you are like, okay, this is good, this is enough. You don't need that much. All right, we're gonna move on into our hips. I want you to put all your weight on one leg. I want you to drop the big toe of the other leg down on the ground so that this knee is bent. I want you to open up that leg so that it's pointing straight that way. All right. I want you to really flex your glutes. Help pull that leg open and wide. And I want you to do the opposite. I want you to use these muscles here in the hip. Bring that leg in so that the knees are almost touching. And I want you to keep going. Open, close, open, close, out, in, out, in. And if you're new to the show, build up some strength, build some control, keep on working at that full range of motion. If you're ready to move on, though, you can pick up the speed, pick up the tempo, be more relaxed with it, be more chill, shake out the leg, flop it around a little bit, and let's switch to the other side. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and shake it out a little bit, relax. We're ready to get on into side split number 2. All right. Since we covered the first round in a lot of detail, we're going to go a little bit faster on round 2. I want you to put your butt up against the wall. Take half a step in front of that wall. I want you to open up your legs. I want you to reach down to your hand support. Rest your butt against the wall. Pull your hand support in towards you. Let your legs open up a little wider. Find a comfortable position and let's rotate those legs. I want you to, boom, get into heels down, toes up, knees pointing up. Your butt is resting on the walls. Your hands are on your stool, supporting some of your body weight. Find a nice, comfortable position and drop a little deeper. All right. Once you're feeling comfortable, once you're feeling secure, we're going to breathe. Inhale, exhale, and relax. Woo. Adjust. Make sure you're in a comfortable, stable feeling position where you're feeling balanced. And go again. Inhale, relax. Woo. If you got more in you, go ahead. Again, inhale, relax. If you feeling stuck, if you're not going any further, feel free to pause, hang out for a little bit, or even come up a little bit higher, take some tension out of your legs. All right. If you're ready for more, let's do a little wiggle. Lean to the right, just a little bit, a little tiny wiggle. Lean to the left, little lean to the right, little lean to the left, and we're ready to go. If you can, bring your hands out in front of you a little bit. So it looks like you're about to do a push-up, all right, whether on your hand support or on the floor. I want your body to come with you so that your knees, instead of pointing straight up, they're pointing at a 45-ish degree angle to the front of you. And when you do this, you're going to feel more of a stretch in your inner thigh. That's what we want. Let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27. If you're feeling like there's not enough pressure on this stretch, you can lean your butt back a little bit. You can also bend your elbows, and that will suddenly make everything feel way harder. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward. Create some space underneath you. Pull your legs in. Grunt, groan. Make as many sound effects as you need to. That is our second side split. Whew. Catch your breath. Chill, relax for a second. And when you're ready, let's come back into standing. Let's shake out our legs. Shake, 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 shake. Shakety, shake, 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 shake some more. Keep on flopping. Remember, this is about relaxation. We're not shaking for the sake of shaking the hardest possible way and to make all of our joints uncomfortable. We're shaking to prove to ourselves that our muscles are relaxed, to force our muscles to relax so that we can get into a more deep stretch, a deeper stretch the next go around. All right. Gently shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake some more. Shakety, shake, 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 shake. And whew, when you're ready, Let's move on to the hips. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down. Bring the knee in and out and 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 in and out, and do the other side. All your weight on one leg, big toe down, in and out and 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 in and out. Whew. Shake out your leg one last time. Do a little wiggle, do a little flop. Relax the joints. Shaky, 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 flop, flop, flop. And I think it's time. Let's get into side split number 3. All right. Butt up against the wall. Take half a step forward. Open up your legs a little bit and fold forward into your hand support. Once you are on your hand support, let your butt lean against the wall. Let your legs go a little bit wider, and let's externally rotate the legs so that the heels are down, the toes are pointing up, and the knees are pointing up. All right. From here, see if you can let yourself slowly let your butt slide along the wall. Adjust your hand support, adjust your legs, adjust your butt until you find yourself in a lower but comfortable supported position. And breathe. Inhale, exhale, and relax. Again, inhale, exhale, and relax. That's 2. See if you can go for a third. Inhale, exhale, and relax. Whew, that is 3. If you feel like you can go a little deeper, try a little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right, little wiggle to left, right, left, right, left, right. And when you can't go any further, it's time for us to go. You got options. You can do the first version of the stretch where we stood straight up, our knees and toes pointed up. You can do the second version of the stretch where your hands are in front of you in that push-up position. You're feeling it more in your inner thigh. Do whichever version you prefer. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, whoa, 15, 14. My whole entire floor just slid away from the wall. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Ooh, bring your legs in underneath you. Oh, grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. That is all the hard stuff. We just did 3 rounds of side splits. Hopefully, you found that you got a little bit deeper. You felt a little more stretched out towards the end. And it's time to wrap things up. Let's slowly come back into standing. Let's shake out our ankles. Shake, 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 shake. As you get more comfortable, more used to this relaxation style of just letting your ankle flop, it will come faster and faster, right? Shake out your other ankle. Shake, 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 shake. Shakety, shake, 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 shake some more, shake some more, shake some more, shake some more. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 and whew. We're ready to move on to our hips. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. The more familiar you are with this movement, the more I want you to have fun with it. All right? In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. This is going to apply to everything that you do when you're working on flexibility, when you're working on mobility. Find cool ways to use it. Make it fun for you so that you almost, without thinking about it, use that range. Because mobility, strength, capability is one of those things that, for the most part, you lose it if you don't use it. You might lose it real slowly if you don't use it, but you're slowly losing it if you're not using it. And so you should keep on finding cool ways to use it. All right. Now that we've relaxed our hips, let's move on into our joint checks. Let's wrap up this show. We're going to start with some really slow and deep hip circles. I want you to really lean into that hip and come on around. Ooh, and keep going. Lean into that hip and come on around. Ooh, yeah. Keep going. Maybe grow it. Maybe try the other way. I was gonna say go around. We already have gone around. Try the other way. Oh, once you've done a couple of those, we're going to move right on into a quick high knee. If your knees come up, we're ready to continue. We're going to do some calf raises from a squatting position. I want you to bring your legs underneath your hips. I want you to pop into a little bit of a squat. Come on down to the ground. And from the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. All right. I want you to lean forward so that your chest and your head are pointing way far over that way. I want you to push your knees in that direction as well so you really feel like you're about to tip over. When you do this, you're going to get a crazy Achilles tendon and calf stretch, and your toes are going to kick in. They're going to grip into the floor, and that is going to help wake your feet up. Right? What we want to do is put our hands down for a little bit of support and do some calf raises. Come up onto those big toes, second toes, and third toes, and then slowly come on back down and up and down. Hands down for hand support if you need it. Up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And when you're ready to call it, feel free to stop at any time. What we just did was put a whole bunch of strain into our Achilles tendon at the ankle. We forced our toes to kick in real hard to grip the floor. We forced the arch of our foot to really contract to keep the foot stable. The quads were burning. We did that calf raise, so your calves were working. We had that low back working real hard to keep us supported while we were folding forward. So if you're able to do some of those calf raises, you basically had everything up to your hips, working real hard, trying to keep you balanced, trying to keep you moving, trying to keep you supported. Chances are you're probably good to go back to whatever else you have to do for the rest of the day if you were able to do some of those calf raises. All right, that is our live. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency, working on your side splits, working on hip mobility with me today. We do this every single day starting at 9 p.m. If you are in a time zone where 9 p.m. doesn't make sense, we started 57 minutes ago. It's the same time that we do this live every single day, Monday through Sunday. So if you like the show, make sure to keep coming back. Hit follow, hit subscribe. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. Set a calendar invite, set a reminder on your phone, set an alarm, and I'll see you again tomorrow. All right? By the way, you don't have to show up 7 days a week. If you come 3 or 4 times a week, that'll be plenty. I show up 7 days a week. You don't have to do that. Cool? What else? Is there anything else you need to know? I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna look at the chat, answer some questions in a little bit. But the pull-up video, I also make content for YouTube. All right. If you don't know, the YouTube account is the same username as the TikTok account. It's youtube.com/@ symbol, like at Gmail, at symbol, splits on the side. Not splits as your main thing, splits as your side thing. All right. Splits on the side. And there's a new video up. It's about 3 minutes ish. It's about pull-ups. If you're interested in working on pull-ups, if you haven't gotten them yet, there's a quick little tidbit. Tippy tidbit. All right, whatever. Over there. Please go check out that video. And feel free to leave a comment, throw a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done that either. And hopefully, I'll see you in the comments. I gotta let the dog out. Give me a second. There you go, Benji. All right. And that is our live. I also make some other content, by the way. If you want to feel good while exercising as a part of your normal everyday life, instead of feeling like you absolutely have to make it to the gym because you can't make it there and you're feeling guilty about exercise, you got 2 minutes when you're waiting for your coffee to finish. You got 2 minutes when your microwave is heating up lunch. You got 5, 6, 7 minutes while you're waiting for pasta to soften. That is valuable time. If you could do 2 minutes, if you could do 2 minutes nonstop of Cossack switches, which is one of the warm-up exercises that we did during our live, if you could do 2 minutes straight of calf raises, if you could do 2 minutes straight of squats, that would be an absolutely insane number of any of those exercises. All right. So don't sleep on those 2 minutes. You can get a lot done. You don't even need to do 2 minutes. All right. You can do 30 seconds and your joints will love you for it because most of your joints, they don't have blood vessels. All right. The only way that they heal and they get nutrients and they clear waste is if you move them, if you use them. If you don't use them, it's going to take a much longer amount of time for them to heal from whatever pain you're suffering through. You're going to slow down all of the processes that make your joints recover. So when you move, you actually help yourself heal. All right. Motion is lotion. It's for realsies. There's science to that stuff. All right, that's it. That's all the spiel. We're going to look at, or I'm going to look at the chat and see what's going on. Keisha says, I hate the pigeon stretch. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Notorious says, hi. Hello, Notorious. Keisha says, exhale. Indeed. Remember to breathe. It is very important. Che is back over on YouTube, sending lovely emojis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keisha says, wee into hamstring stretch. Gets me every time. Hashtag joy. Good, good. I'm glad. The wee brings me joy too. Keisha says, no warm up for the Cossack squat. I love it. Keep me on my toes. Yes. Um, I figured that if I'm trying to trim down the show, some things need to go, and the warm up for the Cossack squat felt like it might have been a little bit long. So I was gonna try it a couple of days, see if the regulars had anything to comment about it, and then if it goes great, great. If it doesn't go great, then we'll add it back in. Cool. Talk asked about the live schedule. Yes, I go live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is currently 10 p.m. Eastern. So we started an hour ago and we just finished a couple minutes ago. Cool. Usually it takes about an hour. Today was the first time I think I hit 57 minutes. Yesterday I think I hit just under an hour. A couple of days last week it was an hour and like an hour or 5 minutes. So that's generally what to expect from the live. And I go twice on the weekends, on 9 a.m. on Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and 9 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday morning. The 9 a.m. lives at the moment are not side splits stuff. They're more like general back strengthening, extra postury stuff and neck stretches. So the typical things that most of us office workers tend to struggle with while we sit all day, either at the office or driving to the office or driving back from the office or taking the train to and from the office, whatever thing you're doing, sitting down all day, that kind of stuff. So feel free to come back for the weekend lives if those fit your schedule better. All right, but they're not side splits on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday mornings are probably not going to be side splits for a little bit. Saturday and Sunday nights are going to be the same as this live. Same thing that we've been doing. Cool. All right. Let's see what's good. A Gardier 6856 says, love your technique. It's effective and working. And it says it's so good for the beginner. Amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. That's that's great. Keisha says, good evening. Splits crew. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We got hello from Sherry, hello from ABC, hello from Queen, and hello from Jax, who is also Che on TikTok. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the live, and I hope you've enjoyed the last like 5, 6 minutes. A cool down while I look at the chat. Liz says, our community just teared up. Is it bad that I don't actually know what that means? I assume one of these things at the top of the screen that I click on will let me know that it teared up. Um, but thank you for being part of the community and thank you for helping it tear up because that's amazing. Thank you for helping game TikTok, however TikTok appreciates being gamed. I appreciate it. I try not to be super all up in the gaming, the TikTok like thing, because I'm trying to get you guys to focus on the stretches, on the exercise. If you have time, you got time to hit like or heart or whatever in between exercises because you happen to be holding your phone while you do the stretches, feel free to tap those and help the algorithm learn to send more people to our show. All right. But I care more that you get your stretch. I care more that you're practicing consistency. I care more that you're actually enjoying and focused on doing the workout than I do about typical whatever like has to happen in the background for TikTok to like the live. So prioritize making sure that you're getting a lot out of the show first. And then if you got time, tap those buttons and make the live do good. Cool. All right. I'm gonna scroll up and check out the rest of the chat. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling up. Amelie says, "I will be back tomorrow." Lovely, thank you, Amelie. True Blue, what a hero, welcomes Amelie and says, "Come back tomorrow." I love it. Great community. Thanks, True Blue. Mike wrote at Mike to themselves, I guess. Amelie says, "Thank you. Love it. My first time here. Amazing. Thank you for being here." And True Blue says, "Lol, not old textbooks." Okay. Um, fine. If you don't want to use old textbooks, actually, I have a perfect stack of old textbooks right here. French in action. I bought these used because I was like, oh, I'll work on my French. I haven't flipped more than the first 10 pages of any of the books, so maybe I'll use them as hand support next time. All right, I'm gonna put that back. What else we got? Exhale, breathing. All right, what else is up? We're gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll backwards. It's gonna take a couple of seconds as I scroll backwards up in reverse order. I'm gonna try my best to understand what's happening in the chat before I respond. And then, oh, somebody else just wrote community something new gestagen. Maybe that's a new level up thing here too. Amazing. Thank you for letting me know in another language today. Can only guess what the content is about. I appreciate it. Oh man, it's super quiet in the chat today. Charles Roxy says hello. True Blue says greetings, hip mobility family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I think we're pretty much at the top. Chase says hello. Therese sends cat emojis. Therese says thank you. And we're at the top. All right. It's a very, very quiet life. All right. Our community just teared up. Amazing. I'm going to go Google what that means right after this live wraps. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for hanging out, doing side splits, working on hip mobility, suffering a little bit every single day so that we can work on that consistency, that hip mobility, and our side splits. Wow, this might be the fastest we've been ready to wrap. It's 10:06. It is an hour and 6 minutes into the live. I hope you guys had fun. I don't really have anything else to cover, and it doesn't look like there's anything else in the chat. So thank you for being here. I hope to see you soon. Check out the YouTube videos. It would help me out a lot. And I will see you tomorrow for more side splits at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm hitting the sign off button right now. So I'm going to do one last thumbs up to see if there's anything else in here. Nope, that's it. That's everything. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.